Happy yoga time. We have a few minutes before we officially begin. That's okay.
There's some comment. She's trying to sign up for the live stream, but she hasn't been able to get it to work. How do we send her?
She check the pop-ups by chance.
The pop-ups. Okay.
Sometimes it's a pop-up thing.
Sometimes if she doesn't
Logs back in.
Logs out, logs in.
She was like, congratulations.
I mean, I can copy this link here,
Okay.
but I don't know how to get it to you to get to her.
If you want to email
Do you know what I mean?
me, then
I don't know.
I have her email.
I don't know how to email her here. Oh, okay. Because I can just get into my email. That means I need to know my password, you guys.
Or I can send it to my email right now. Just email it to her.
Oh, there's somebody's email.
I have her email.
You can get her email and then you can send it through here. Maybe. Okay, well, while that works out, I'm gonna show you where we're gonna begin. So I have you take your blocks, and we're gonna do recline shavasana. Okay, so one block goes tall man, and the other one goes medium man. I don't know why they're men. Tall guy, tall and medium. And then you take this bolster to go right diagonal. And then you're gonna lay back on the bolster. Okay. Now, if you have your blanket, you can make you can roll your blanket up and place it around your feet. Okay. I'll show you that in a second here. If you want to do this little gentle hip opener, you can take your blanket and just unfold it enough that you can roll it. Okay, and then as you lay back on your bolster, you can take the soles of your feet together and you just wrap the blanket around the fronts of your ankles. And then as you lean back, the blanket will support the outsides of your thighs. Okay. You could also, if that's not enough support, change the positioning of your legs a ways. You could also have me grab you a couple more blocks and we can use that for support underneath your thighs too, underneath the outsides of the thighs. Okay. And of course, this is merely a suggestion. And so if there's any other position that you'd like to begin your practice in, please feel free to do that. But hopefully this feels really good for you. Okay, you can let your arms relax by the sides and then eventually just let your eyes gently close and take a moment or two just to kind of tune in. So I want to take a moment just to welcome you all here. Thank you for being here. It's so nice to see you and always a pleasure to be with you. So glad you're here today. And then once you get settled in and you work out any other little adjustments or make yourself more and more comfortable here, take a moment to just tune your awareness into the body. A moment to just scan through from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet. So we'll start now to deepen your breath. Most specifically, lengthening your exhales. And as you get longer with your exhales, you might feel called, and it may even naturally happen, that your breath pauses at the bottom of your exhale for just a count or two. But please don't force that to happen. Just allow it to if it will. And then give yourself a chance just to scan your awareness through your body. Noticing how you feel in your skin and your bones. And just recognizing what the physical body is sharing with you today. You know, of course, this is the part of our practice that has to do with your physical form. Right? It's really the practice of moving the body into postures and using those postures to not only make things more comfortable in your physical form, either by stretching something open or creating stability somewhere, but also in beginning to understand and really attune to how the body and the subtle body or energy body are doing, what patterns they're holding, what information they have for you, what ways in which maybe energy is wanting to expand into a particular place, or even release from a particular place. And so as much time as we spend, through our days in our mind, can we take a moment just to let all of that fall away as best we can and be guided really into and by the physical form? And as you have established in the body a nice long exhale, you can allow the body to release and relax, to begin to let go of anything it's holding on to that doesn't need to be holding on to. Any tension or stress, just letting it go so that it doesn't accumulate. Okay, and then we'll attune to the space of the mind and take a moment not only to acknowledge what's going on in the mind, but then to move beyond. To expand awareness to the spaces beyond thought. And to practice steadying the mind. So we'll take 3 more breaths here. Remember, nice long exhales, maybe even a pause at the bottom of your exhale. This, of course, will help to give rise to a more full inhale. So you might just notice how those two things, interface with one another. And then slowly and sweetly begin to move your fingers. You might just move your toes a little bit, kind of back and forth, or however you can wiggle them around wherever they are. And then begin gently to draw your knees together and then extend your legs forward out in front of you. Just for a moment, rest here. Let your arms again relax by your sides. And then flex through your feet and kick your heels towards the front of the room. And on your exhale, point your toes forward. And then do that again. Inhale, flex the feet. Kick through your heels. Exhale, point your toes forward. Do that one more time. Inhale to flex your feet. Exhale and point your toes. Good. And then separate your feet just enough you can rotate your ankles around in a circle a few times. Maybe both go at the same, the same direction, or maybe they don't. You'll go one way and then the other. And then just kind of wiggle your legs out. Let them completely relax. And then relax the shoulders. Take a breath in. And a breath out. And then just place your hands on the floor. And you can kind of press the floor away. And we'll come to a seated position. But keep your legs straight out in front of you for a moment. In fact, let's just take a moment to rub the hands up and down the length of the legs. So just a little rub on the inside and the outside. Maybe all the way down towards the ankles, back to the back of the pelvis. And then pause at your knee joint and take a moment just to rub around the kneecap. The inside of your knee, the outside of your knee, back of the knees. Good. And just take another inhale, another exhale. Slide your hands down towards your ankles and just gently fold forward. Let your head relax. Let your shoulders relax. Just breathe in and breathe out. You take another inhale breath here. And one more exhale. And then slowly come all the way back to seated, just sliding your hands kind of up your thighs. Lengthen tall through the crown of the head, and then set your hands to the floor behind you, fingers face forward. Roll the shoulders gently onto the back and lift open the front of the heart. Take an inhale and exhale. Just reach back through the crown of the head. So try to resist the urge just to let your head drop back, but feel more of the head as like an extension through your spine. Take a big breath into the heart. Inhale, reaching through your crown. One more exhale as you ground through your sitting bones. And then press the floor away and come back to seated. Cross your ankles and set your hands to the tops of your knees. And then take a moment just to rotate your torso around in a circle. Breathe in and breathe out. So let your shoulders relax, let your jaw release. You can even open your mouth and move your jaw around a few times. And then we'll rotate the pelvis the opposite way. We're going to take another inhale and another exhale. And come up to center, find a nice tall spine, reach through the crown of your head. As you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Just take a moment to let the weight of your head stretch the back of the neck, and feel free to move your head now from side to side. Notice if there's any tension that comes into the hands or the shoulders at all. Take another inhale and then exhale your ear to shoulder, so just to one side. Blustery out there. Let the weight of your head just stretch the side of the neck, and then you can move your head a bit forward and back. And take another inhale, and now as you exhale, move your head back and your throat open. So we step into the practice of studying the mind, the practice of self-realization, just giving ourselves some time in our day to explore, everything that we are beyond the mind, even beyond the body. Let your head move to the opposite shoulder now and pause here. But of course, not 100%, right? Because you are, again, still in the body. This is still the practice for your physical form. Take another inhale. As you exhale, rotate the head around now in a full circle. So now it becomes, really kind of, the weather's really a beautiful metaphor right now. Of how within a container, there can be steadiness, right? Even if what's outside said container is a little wild. And go ahead, rotate your head the opposite way. So as steady as we feel here, as grounded and safe, inside, when the wind picks up and things start to happen, outside of the building, it's the same within the body. So that within our very skin is a steadiness, an ease, a safety, if you will. Bring your head up to center, then inhale and exhale, and let's just rotate your shoulders around a few times. Good. Go ahead, one more rotation, inhale and exhale, and then lift both arms to the sky as you breathe in. And on your exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. And then interlace your fingers, press your palms forward as you inhale, and exhale, round your back. Scoop your tail, gaze in toward the heart. Inhale, extend the arms to the sky. Exhale and lower both hands down. Good. Do that again. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Interlace your fingers, press your palms forward, extend your arms. Exhale and round your back. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky, reach up. Then exhale, lower both hands down. This time, just take your right arm to the sky as you breathe in. Then slide your left hand out from your hip and reach your right arm up and overhead. But don't get so carried away in the reach that you deny or kind of move your awareness away from the root. So push down through your outer right hip. We have a nice little lengthening here from the hip to the ribs. Grow a little longer. And as you exhale, stretch over. Come up to center on your inhale. Lower your right hand down as you exhale. Then lift your left arm to the sky. And exhale, just reach to the opposite side. Of course, immediately ground down into the left hip. And breathe in and out. We start to, even in this way, see the body as a conduit of energy. A place where, we're not just looking for balance, but also looking to pull energy into particular areas or release it away from particular places. Inhale up to center and exhale, lower the hands down. Good. And then bring your knees up towards the sky. This time, hands behind you, fingers face forward. Roll the shoulders onto the back, straighten the arms, and lift the chest. Take an inhale and exhale. You're more than welcome to stay right here if you like. On your inhale, lift your hips from the floor. Exhale and lower them down. And just make any adjustments if you like at all. And as you inhale, lift your hips again. Exhale, lower them to the floor. We'll go one more time to lift the hips up. Inhale and exhale, stay here. So reach through the crown of the head. Push down through your hands and your feet. Nice and stable and steady here. Take another inhale, hips lift. As you exhale, lower them down to the ground. And then one more little seated pose. We'll bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees drop to the sides. Clasp your ankles, lift your heart, and as you exhale, fold forward. Now, I think there's a way we can come into practice. At least I know this happens for me, where I go, well, I'm depleted in this one area, and I've got too much energy in this other area, and so I'm going to make that happen. But it doesn't always work that way. I mean, sometimes if I have that intention and if I'm real careful about it. What I think I've found that works better is that I just come in allowing prana to do what it's going to do. To take away from the places that might be in excess of energy and to fill places that might be a little depleted. Because I know sometimes those things are even outside of what my mind might want to see. Take one more inhale breath here and one more exhale. And then inhale, come up to seated. And I'm sorry, we're going to do a few more seated poses. I'll have you extend your right leg out to the side and fold your left foot in. And then just bring your hands right out in front of you onto your fingertips and lift your spine up nice and tall. Flex your right leg, but soften your foot. So it's not super engaged, but not totally relaxed. Then take an inhale and lengthen through the crown of the head. And either you stay right here or maybe you hinge forward just a little bit. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice the root through your sitting bones and both hips. Ground down equally through your hips. Yeah, good adjustments. Inhale as you lengthen out of the waist, and exhale, you'll sweetly fold forward. Good. Let's take one more inhale breath here and one more exhale. Let's inhale, come up to seated, and now slide your right hand down towards your right ankle and lift your left arm overhead. So same thing we did with ankles crossed. You're going to root down into your left hip. Feel free to bend your elbow and place your hand behind your head. Sometimes that can take the strain out of the pose enough that you can root your hip. Now breathe, right? A nice deep inhale into the base of the lungs and a nice exhale to maybe explore some depth. Good. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good. Inhale and come all the way up to seated. Place your hands to your knees. Just pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Deep breath in, deep breath out, and then let's change the legs. So extend left leg out, fold the right foot in. Take a minute, okay, so your left leg is engaged, flexed without being totally apart, just a little bit of relaxation. And then hands can come out in front of you onto your fingertips. Take an inhale, lift through the heart, and as you exhale, fold forward. Just a little bit. Good. Yeah, most important that the hips stay rooted. So what we work to do in a physical practice, right, is to notice like where there's tightness and where there's openness. And I think about it a lot of times like swapping, like whatever place is really open, I'm going to create some tightness, if you will. Whatever place is real tight, I'm going to work to create some opening. I think it's a little more of a tangible way to practice than, oh, I'm going to fill energy someplace or take it away from someplace. And the cool part is that as you work on that physiologically with your body, right, it starts to flow in energetically as well. Take one more inhale breath here and one more exhale. And then inhale, come back up onto the sitting bones. Slide your left hand down to left ankle. Lift the right arm overhead. Inhale and exhale, lengthen out of the waist. And then you can stay here or feel free to bend your elbow and place the hand behind the back of the head. And breathe in and out. It's very well possible and happens that things can shift physically in this hour, that they can change energetically in this time we're here. But the key is that we keep coming back to these places, right? Because inevitably after the hour, an old pattern will take over. Take another inhale and another exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back up to seated, and exhale, pause, hands to the knees. So we want to really allow ourselves to be here now, to connect to these feelings so we can repeat them when we leave. We can come back to this place once we roll up our mats and carry on. Breathe in and out. Okay, then we'll release. We'll come on to the hands and the knees now. So you might just need to take the supports, of course, from behind you and set them over to the side. And then eventually come onto the hands and knees. Of course, feel free to pat underneath your knees as you would like. Okay, and once you come onto the hands and the knees, take a moment just to shift your hips from side to side. Take another inhale and another exhale. And we'll come back to neutral spine. Bring your knees together and extend your right leg behind you. But then plant your right foot onto the floor. Turn to face towards the right and bring your right hand onto your hip. So this is gate pose. It's also supported side plank. Okay, so you're gonna move your shoulders back in line with your hips, which means the hips come forward just ever so slightly and the shoulders roll back just a little bit. And then you can stay here, or if you like, reach your right arm to the ceiling. You could stretch it up and overhead. You can keep your right foot rooted to the floor, or feel free to lift your right foot up and off the earth. Okay, and breathe in and breathe out. Now, how we address like which variation I take is part of that. Like, where is tight, where is more open, where do I want to bring flexibility, where do I need a little strengthening? Okay, take one more inhale breath where you are and one more exhale. Set your foot down onto the ground if it lifted. Lift the right arm to the sky as you breathe in. Then exhale, lower your right hand to the floor. Set your right knee to the floor. And switch sides. Extend your left leg back. Turn your foot, plant your foot onto the ground. Turn out towards the left, placing left hand to hip. Weight on the right hand. And then when you're ready, let's first just align the shoulders and the hips. So shoulders move back a little, hips come slightly forward. Good. And then take an inhale, maybe lift the left arm to the sky and stretch it overhead. And feel free if you like to lift your left foot from the floor. It's totally optional. Notice your breath. Good. Hold on at the core center. Pull the belly button in. Take another inhale. One more exhale. You'll set your foot to the floor. Lift the left arm to the sky. Inhale, exhale, lower your left hand down, left knee down. Good. And then drop your belly, lift your gaze. Inhale, open the front of the heart. As you exhale, round your spine. Scoop the tail under, drop your head. Good. Again, inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Open the heart, exhale, and round the back. Beautiful. One more time, just like that. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale and round the spine. Good. Now inhale to neutral spine. Bring your knees together, your legs together, and you're just going to sit back on your heels and come to kneeling. And if this is uncomfortable, I encourage you to grab your bolster. You can place it behind the backs of the ankles, and that'll just help support. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Place your hands to the tops of the thighs so you can inhale and exhale. Now then reach your arms to the ceiling as you breathe in. And on your exhale, wrap your right elbow under your left elbow and then cross at the wrists or bring your hands to your shoulders. Good. And breathe in and breathe out. I know it's a lot of stretch for the ankles, the knees. So if you need a break at any point in time, please feel free to take one. If you can stay, please try to stay. Breathe in and out. You might lift your elbows a little bit on your inhale and descend your shoulders on your exhale. Good. Let's take one more breath in and one more breath out. Awesome. Sweetly release your arms. Inhale, lift them to the sky. And then exhale, left elbow under right. So opposite side this time. Remember, your hands can always come to your shoulders if clasping the hands is difficult. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice the space between the shoulder blades and the upper back. See if you can put your breath there. Just another inhale and exhale. Great. Release your arms. Inhale, lift them to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. And then walk your hands forward. Gently come out of your knees. Good. Extend one leg back behind you. Lift that foot up and off the floor and rotate your ankle around. One way and then the other. Good. Bend your right knee and now draw it in towards the chest. Take it out to the side and around and back. So big circles with your knee now. Bring it forward as you exhale. And then around to the side on your inhale, lifting your knee as high as you can and then taking it back. Let's go one more time. Like that. Set your right knee on the floor, inhale and exhale. And then extend your left leg back. Lift your foot off the earth, rotate your ankle around. One way and then the other. Then inhale, lift the foot, lift the heart. As you exhale, pull the knee in. Then we take it out to the side on your inhale. And around and back and down. And again to center. Just rotate as much as you can, as big a circle as you can make with your knee. Good. Do one more just like that. And then as your left knee comes toward the floor, just place it on the floor. Take an inhale again, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale and round the spine. Then inhale back to neutral. Exhale, walk the hands back. Come to kneeling now, both arms to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Hands to your hips. Step one foot forward. We'll step the other foot forward and we'll come to standing at the top of your mat. Okay. Once you come onto your feet, just lift and spread your toes. Shift your weight a bit forward and back. You might even take the weight in your feet side to side, even in a circle. Definitely wherever you go, anytime your toes come off the floor, lift and spread those toes out. And then we'll root and ground the feet onto the earth. So spread the toes and place them on the floor. Good. Draw up through the soles of the feet, a soft bend to the knees as you lift into the heart, let your arms relax down. Good, then inhale, extend your arms to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the heart and then release. Inhale again, both arms reach up as you root through your feet. Exhale, the hands to the heart center. Soften through the feet. And then one more time, inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, your hands to your heart. Good. Place your hands to your hips, please, and turn to face towards the yellow wall. And step your right foot wide. So we're going to turn to the side and step your right foot out. Okay, now turn your toes just a little bit in, or your feet parallel to the ends of the mat. And place your hands to your hips. You're taking an inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, fold forward. Slide your hands down towards your ankles. Feel free to release your hands to the floor here once maybe they can touch. You could always use your blocks. Now we're move side to side. So if as space becomes available, you might widen your stance here. You'll take an inhale and lift your torso away from the floor. And as you exhale, bend your right knee. And then straighten your right leg on your inhale and exhale, bend to the left. So we're just going to go side to side here, straighten the leg, inhale and exhale to the right. Remember, you kind of can respond, just lengthening or widening the stance as space becomes available. Right, so that's how else we address in our asana practice, how we're growing. Not just an expanse of a foundation, but a willingness to explore. Okay, the next time you bend your right knee, just hold it there. Then place your left hand to the earth underneath you and inhale, lift your right arm to the sky. So you're going to lift toward the back of the room. You're going to keep your right knee bent. Yeah, breathe in and out. You can, if you like, wrap your right arm around behind your back or even just place it onto your hip. Lengthen out of the torso on your inhale. As you exhale, pull the navel in and twist. Good. One more breath in and one more breath out. Reach the right arm to the sky. Inhale and then lower your hand down. Straighten your right leg. Take an inhale and now exhale, bend your left knee. Stay there. Come up onto the fingertips of your right hand. And as you inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. And then pause there. Feel free to wrap the left arm around behind the back if you like, or even just place it onto your left hip. As you breathe in, lengthen your torso parallel to the floor. And as you exhale, twist, reaching through your fingers and beyond. Good. One more inhale. One more exhale. Great. Inhale, set your left hand to the floor, straighten your left leg. As you exhale, fold forward. Good. And then bring your hands to your hips and come all the way to standing. And just pause for a moment. Relax the shoulders back and down. Good. Take an inhale and exhale. Maybe even let your arms relax towards the floor. All right. Gently and sweetly turn your left foot to face towards the front of the mat. We're going to move into triangle pose. So triangle sometimes has a little shorter stance. Feel free to adjust your stance for your body. Now place your right hand onto your hip and extend your left arm to the sky. Take an exhale and stay here. Pull into the navel. Good. On your inhale, lengthen out the left side, reach up, and then exhale, extend out and down. Set your left hand to your shin. Or maybe your block is nearby. You could grab your block and place your hand to your block. Now, just like our gate pose, we're looking to align the shoulders and the hips. Yeah, there you go. So the shoulders move back. You might even come out of the depth of the pose to help the shoulders move back a little bit. The hips will come forward. There your navel engages. And then maybe the right arm reaches up towards the sky. You could even stretch it over your head. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. You could even bend your right elbow and place your hand behind the back of your head. Okay, so we take a pose, right? We put the body in a posture and then infuse the posture with breath. Just take as big a breath as you can, as deep a breath as you can. Within, the parameters that your lungs can hold. Let your shoulders roll back and down, away from the ears as you grow long through your spine. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then inhale, reach up with your right hand, come all the way to stand. Good. As you exhale, pause. Let your arms relax down. Pivot your toes to the side. Just pause here for a moment. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good. And then let's do the other side, just right in time. We don't have to carry stuff from the first side over to this side, so we release that in center. Now we're on a new side, right? Left hand to the hip. Take an inhale, lift the right arm to the sky. Exhale and stay. Maybe soften your knees a little bit. Good. Take an inhale, lengthen through this right side, and then exhale, extend the arm out and down, hand to shin. Or onto your block. Yeah, breathe in and breathe out. And then you want to align the shoulders and hips first and foremost, which means you may come out of the depth. How do you know if you want to come out of depth for that? This is where you figure that out. Right? So always want to allow for the exploration of the physical body. Ultimately, this is what asana practice is for. Remember those variations, with your arm, maybe behind the back of the head or your arm reaches overhead. Good. And then remember, we want to lift open the places that might collapse, like the front of the chest, the hip, that on the right side, and see if you can bring just a little bit of levity, a little bit of opening, even if you're cognitively like, I have no idea how that's going to happen. Right? Don't worry about it. The energy will take care of itself, right? You'll get it in time. Okay, let's do one more inhale breath here, one more exhale, and then release. Reach your left arm to the sky, come all the way to stand. As you exhale, lower your hands down, pivot your toes to face the side, and just breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Just one more breath in. Now as you exhale, let your arms come forward, your back round kind of curl in. Then inhale, open up, roll the shoulders back, extend your arms way back behind you, look up, lift the heart, exhale and curl in again. This is like just a variation of cat and cow. Inhale, open up, reach through your hands, exhale and curl in. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, open, wide, reach through your fingers, exhale and curl in. Good. And then inhale, this time lift your arms to the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart and then onto your hips. Good. From here, turn your heels in, your toes out. Then toes in, heels out. We're just going to bring the legs all the way back together. Toe and heel your feet toward one another. And then pause for a moment in Tadasana and feel the legs squeeze together, the arms by the side. Just breathe in and out. So no matter what's going on around you, what's happening externally, in your immediate environment or a little bit removed, we create a place that is steady, that is stable, a refuge, if you will. Another breath in, and one more exhale. And then step up to the top of your mat on your inhale and exhale, just pause. Lift your arms to the ceiling as you breathe in, reach up tall, and then fold forward over your legs. Bring your hands to your ankles or your shins. Lift up halfway, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold forward. One more time like that, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale and fold over your legs, and then just relax here for a breath or two. Let your head hang heavy, let your shoulders relax. Feel especially the insides of your feet press down to the ground, your inner thighs spiral back, so sitting bones lift. And all that place that we stretched before now draws in to create a little bit of stability, your inner thighs. Then inhale and exhale, place your hands to the earth and step your feet back, coming into downward facing dog pose for a moment. Just take a breath or two to pedal out your legs, stretch one heel and then the other toward the floor. And just pause, softening your knees as your sitting bones rise. Relax down through the crown. Take another inhale, another exhale. And then from here, inhale forward into plank pose. As you exhale, lower all the way down to the ground. Feel free to drop your knees and then chest to the floor. When you get to the earth, stack your hands on top of one another and rest your forehead to your hands. And just pause here for a moment. Turn your toes to face out to the side so the arches of your feet face the earth. This is an awkward little pose they call crocodile pose. Notice how this feels in the sacrum. The sacrum is such a powerful place in your body, in many ways an anchor for your physical form. It's a bone that has many holes in it for your nerves to move through. A bone that has a joint on either side for your hip bones. And a bone that in those forward folds with legs apart becomes like the steady center. And release and point your toes back behind you. Take an inhale and exhale. Lift your head and extend your arms forward out in front of you. So just reach as far forward as you comfortably can. Now your head can relax on the ground. You're going to bring your head with you as we do this next one. Okay, on your inhale, lift your right arm and your left leg. You can take again your head up and off the floor. And then exhale, lower everything down. Switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Inhale. Exhale and lower. Keep going. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Notice how this feels in the back. Exhale, lower. Go to the first side. Notice maybe, or the second side. Notice where maybe there's one part of the back that tries to do more than another. One more time on both sides. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Left arm, right leg. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Okay, and then just for a moment, lift everything away from the floor. and hold here. Draw the shoulders down the back. Squeeze the legs together. Yeah, good. Breathe in and out. Go long through the neck, so even draw your chin in a little bit. Yeah, draw the shoulders down and away from your ears. Awesome, you guys. One more. Inhale, lift up, and then lower everything to the floor. As you do, take your arms by your sides, please, and turn your head to one side and breathe in and breathe out. Good. So they say that when we find a place in the body that's comfortable, or we find a body that's comfortable, we have a much easier time becoming still in the mind. Turn your head to the other side and breathe in and breathe out. And so our practice can also serve as a way to prevent dis-ease. It's not foolproof, of course, and it's not a guarantee. But hopefully the cleansing that we can find in the physical body is also apparent in the energy body. It creates a fortified field around us. Let's take another breath in, another breath out, and then I'll have you flip over right where you are and turn onto your backs. Okay, and when you come onto the floor, just pause for a moment. Please bend your knees. You can take your feet up by your hips and just relax. You might even just give a gentle sway of your knees from side to side. A little massage in the back of the sacrum. And then take an inhale and exhale, bring your knees back to center. Now we'll stack the right ankle on top of the left knee. And just take a moment to notice how this feels in your hips. Okay, this may very well be enough of a stretch for you. If you'd like to go deeper though, bring your left foot up and off the floor and maybe interlace your hands behind the back of the left hamstring. Good. And flex your right foot. You can even kind of draw your right knee away from you by bending your right elbow as you press it into the upper inner thigh. And on your exhale, you might draw your left knee toward you a little deeper. And then lengthen your back along the earth. Feel your shoulders relax back and down. The back of the neck grows long. Feel free for these last few moments of posture to move around a little bit also. There's always room for movement and adjustment, right? This is how we recognize, like, here there are places that are tight. How could I get into them? Is there a place I could strengthen? So how? And then an opportunity always in our posture practice for allowing things to be as they are. So even as we're on this journey of exploring into the body, and can be tempting to constantly be adjusting and searching and looking, can we at some point in every pose allow for stillness? In a very subtle way that we are reinforcing that it's okay to accept ourselves just as we are. We don't have to always be, adjusting and shifting and changing. There can be moments where we just embrace where we are as we are. Nothing more, nothing less. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. And then gently release. Place both feet on the floor and pause for a moment here. You might knock your knees together, or if it calls to you, could sway from side to side. Take a moment to notice, especially your breath, especially the space of the mind. And then let's switch sides. Stack the left ankle on top of the right knee. Pause for a moment again and check in. Feel okay here? Is it enough here? Would you like a little more? If so, it can bring the right foot off the floor and release the hands behind the right hamstring. Breathe in and out. And then you remember you're kind of drawing the left knee away. You could press your elbow into the upper inner knee and then draw your right leg toward you. Relax the shoulders and the neck and the jaw. Deep breaths. The thing also, that I think I've learned through my practice is that, really the key is in surrendering. That there's so much that happens when I just allow it to happen. So much knowledge that can be gained, so much understanding that I can have. Not to mention faith and trust come in as well. So if you notice in posture, as you find your place to stay, you also relax a little bit, surrender a little bit. Is there any place you might be able to surrender, soften? We'll take another inhale breath here. One more deep exhale. And then gently release. Place your feet on the floor. Bring your feet now as wide as the mat and knock your knees together. And then place your hands at your lower abdomen in Shakti Mudra. So thumbs and first finger together. Create in the negative space this downward directed triangle. Often it's the world of emotions that gets a little blustery like the wind today. Right now. It's not because blustery wind or out of whack emotions is bad, but that we recognize we have the ability to calm and to center, just like we can create within our own selves a refuge, a place of safety. So as you rest here for a few more moments, just kind of scan through your physical body. Are there any places that would like some extra adjustment or any other postures that are calling to you? Is there a particular place the body would like to take Shavasana or be for Shavasana? When you're ready, you can move into those things, other poses, variations. You can always start, end as we began. Your body will know the way. Okay. You get yourself all cozied in there, and we'll take a few moments for Shavasana. So when you get settled there, give yourselves just a few moments to scan through, making any other adjustments that you like, any last little fidgets and wiggles. And then just allow yourself to be here, safe and sound, supported, balanced and stable. Open. Your eyes get heavy. Your ears relax. Soften the neck and the shoulders. Any heaviness you may be holding in your internal organs, see that releasing. And the heaviness in the hips and all down the legs. Gate, gate, paragate, parasangate, bodhiswaha. 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 Please begin to bring awareness back to your physical body. Slowly and sweetly allow your breath to deepen. Gradually begin to move your fingers and toes. Start to rotate your wrists and ankles, just ever so sweetly reawakening your physical body. You can reach your arms up and overhead, stretch all the way from fingers to toes. Bring the knees to the chest and give yourself a great big hug. Take a moment to extend gratitude to yourself for coming to your practice this afternoon, for giving yourself the gift of connecting. You can roll to the right or the left, and when you're ready, we'll come up to a comfortable seat and take just a moment to seal our practice. So it's really, now and for the next little bit that we can glean the benefits of our practice. Meaning that it doesn't always happen when you're in these postures or in the practice itself, but what comes after. The ability to, decide and discern from a mind that is clear and calm has great effect. I would take a moment just to sweetly bring attention back to the mind's eye. Just see or sense your intention here. A moment to remember the prayer at your heart, the intention you hold here. And as you feel your body breathe in next, bring your hands together at the center of the heart in Anjali Mudra. Take just a moment to feel a wave of gratitude wash through you, a moment to remember everything you have to be grateful for. Even maybe roll through a few of those things. And then we'll seal our practice with a chant of Om, but first take a deep breath in to fill up. Exhale everything out. Inhale for Om. As you exhale, bow the chin in. Honor the love and compassion that lies in your heart and the hearts of all beings, the teacher that guides our way. And know the light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. So thank you all so much for being here this afternoon. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Don't get blown away out there. Okay. I'll see you on the flip side. You guys want to come make a mala with me? We're making malas on March 16th, so that's Sunday, in a few weeks, from 1:30 to 4. So we can pick beads and talk about mala making, and it's really fun. You can come away with your very own mala. I'll help you with the mantra if you want to infuse it with mantra. So we'll see you later. So open it up and then go. No, we already, that one's good. And then this side to that side. Mm-hmm. And then, yeah.